Welcome everybody to another episode of SSR's Garage. I know it's been 2 weeks since I posted. I apologize for that. I've been doing a ton of cleaning, a lot of figuring out. You would not believe what it takes to clean some of this stuff. I was seriously underestimating the amount of time it would take me just to get 20-year-old grease and grime off. That was a massive underestimate on my part. So let me step right in here and show you what I've been working on. First and foremost, my transmission. This transmission is just looking good. I don't know how else to explain it. I went ahead and painted this guy, degreased and cleaned it, of course, first. She's just looking so good. I still have the masking on. I'm waiting for a gasket from Summit and some real nice pan bolts. I'm also getting a new vacuum modulator. This pump, I'm going to paint this pump. I think I'm going to paint this pump bright red with engine enamel, just because I have it, and you know, if somebody tears it apart one day that's not me, they'll think, oh, this thing must be bad to the bone because it's got a red pump on it. But I don't know. I'm just doing it because I'm going to replace this seal. Also going to replace every single bolt in this thing because they don't match. Somebody decided that what this thing really needed was a bunch of RTV and 4 different bolts. This bolt and this bolt are just zinc coated. They're not even grade 8. That one down there, that's a flywheel bolt. It's a flywheel bolt. This is not my fault. I did not do this. But I am going to fix this. I've already got the new bolts, and I have the new washers on the way. The washers are actually a special washer for these pumps, which I did not know. Live and learn. Yeah. So that's all on the way. What do you call it? Inspection cover is over there on the table, and it's a little beat, but I'm going to get her cleaned up. I was thinking about going with a different color. I was thinking about doing some black and red, or you know, something crazy with the pan, but when it came right down to it, I really just wanted to be able to see if it leaks any oil. I don't want my car to leak any oil that I don't know about. Unlike previously, where apparently I didn't care because everything apparently leaked on my car, which was very apparent by the transmission and the engine and the entire underside of the car. This is when I wish I had a lift so I could jack that car up and power wash it. Let me tell you, holy moly. But yeah, that's my transmission. She's going to get fixed up. In the next episode, you'll see the pan on. I should have my whole front pump cover done, painted, all that jazz. Every seal in the thing, no problem. So that'll be done. I'll probably sit it up here on the shelf and or on my workbench here and just let it sit there. I got to get a nice piece of foam to set the pan on so I don't scratch the pan up. I put 3 coats of color on this guy and 2 coats of clear, and then 3 coats of color and only 1 coat of clear on that guy, but I figure it's probably going to get scratched up anyway. What are you going to do? So one thing I pulled out of my car was my old springs. I pulled out my old springs. This is one of my old springs, right? I always had air shocks in my car because the car always sagged in the back, and I might have been born in the 70s, but I always loved the looks of the old 80s hot rods, and so I always jacked my car up with air shocks just to make it look silly. To rake it out, I don't know how you want to say it. These are my new springs. They are 2.5 inches taller than the original springs. I could not be more excited about that fact, because I already bought new shocks for the back that are not air shocks, by the way. So these are going to help with keeping the car off of those tires. I'll tell you that right now, because I got some meats. This is my cleaning table. You can see my transmission dipstick tube, engine mounts to the motor, my inspection cover. Those are all going to be cleaned. I got my timing cover and water pump housing all cleaned up. I had to deburr this guy. There's a ton of casting, like flack, or what do you call it? And then the seams from, because it's cast aluminum. So I went ahead and took a file to all that. Same thing with my thermostat housing. It had a bunch of lines on it from the casting process too, and this is one of those things that's probably replaceable, but honestly, I'm gonna nickel and dime myself to death if I just keep buying new stuff. So, reuse the old stuff. My original timing cover only had 8 bolts, so this is a timing cover off of a 75, I think, something like that. It has 11 bolts, which is what my new Miser water pump, electric water pump has. This is my windage tray. I still have to deburr some of these little holes, but she's all cleaned up. That was a disaster. That was a disaster. Look what we have here. We got one of my 2 headers. The other one's up on a shelf here behind me. Yeah, hanging out with my steering wheel. I took this down so you can see it. These headers were so tough to clean. I severely underestimated how hard it would be to get the grease and grime off these guys. Oh my lord. They are not 100% clean. They're what we call good enough. They're going to be great. I do not have enough time or apparently patience to clean them all the way. So they're going to be great. It's going to be great. I removed the seats out of the car, both front and rear. These are my front seats. They're going to go back in at some point. They're not cheap to reupholster, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but I got them still. That's my steering wheel out of my car. That thing is disgusting. It's also garbage. Anybody want a free 1969 Pontiac Le Mans steering wheel? That bad boy is yours. Panning over, you can see my rear seats and all my seat belts. My rear, I don't know what you call them. They're not door cards, but they go to the side of the back seats. And they're sitting on my son's car. Pay no attention to that. And here we have my car. I'm going to show you something I've never seen in my entire life. And that is my side windows with no purple tint on them. I removed all the tint off my side windows on both sides. And the windows, they're a little scratched up, but they look pretty dang good to me, man. Like, I could not be happier to see no tint on them. The windshield still has tint on it, but it's getting replaced, so who cares? I'm not taking that off. The back window, however, oh my God. This thing, what a pain. I tried my dangest to get the tint off that guy, and the tint is just so much harder to get off this back window. I can't even explain it. And I have to take this window out, and so I've started the process of removing the window. You can see the little stuff that I'm trying to get out of it. Started the process of removing that window, and it is in there. Let me tell you, I don't know who installed this, but I just am not pleased with how they did it. It's just, there's so much. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but there's so much of that urethane sealant. It's just everywhere, and it is so thick. They made it flush with the window almost. Like, it's crazy. That's going to be a treat to get out. And the window's not sitting right in here either. It's way too close on the bottom. So I'm going to pull the window out. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to clean up the whole track. I'm going to prime, and I'm going to paint that black, like a nice gloss black. That way, regardless of what I paint the car, that'll kind of be protected. So that's going to get done. The other thing I'm going to work on next, actually, is the roof. You can see I took some Brillo pad, not Brillo pad, what do you call it? Whatever, some abrasive pad to this section, and I kind of knocked the rust down. And then I got some nice rust converter from Eastwood that I'm going to put all over the roof. So this entire roof is going to go from rust colored. I don't know if you can see that. Does that translate very well? It's going to go from rust colored to I think Eastwood products turn it like a purple. And then I'm going to paint it all gloss black. I'm going to paint it all gloss black. So everything, even the package tray back here, I'm going to de-rust that and probably paint it gloss black too. I think everything in here is going to end up being gloss black. We'll see. But here's the real treat of what I've been working on this entire time, and that is this floorboard. This floor took me 4 days plus, 4 or 5 days, just to wire wheel it. And then this is all rust converter from Rust-Oleum. This is Rust-Oleum rust converter. Now I'm not convinced that it is really a rust converter, which is why I bought the Eastwood stuff. But I want to get something on it other than rust, right? So you can see this floor pan needs some work. This might actually need to be replaced. This is the rear driver. Rear passenger, perfect. This is where my shifter is. You can see that tranny mount. She's nice. She's real nice. The driver's side floor, she's pretty holy. You can see a pretty good sized one over there. I got some rust near the kick panel there that I need to take care of, but I'm not sure. This one might need to be replaced too. Not right now, mind you. I'm gonna run it like she brung it. But the passenger side, she's worse than the driver's side. She's officially taking it to church, if you know what I mean. She is pitted real bad. I worked on this thing, just this one, for a day. I mean, a solid day just for this side. And then my scanning tool found this. This is a nice sized hole in the right corner of my passenger floorboard, and that is my frame. That's my frame. So that's not good. The one thing you don't want when you're working on a car is to ever see a rusty hole in your frame. So that needs to be taken care of. I don't know if I have to pull the entire body off my car or what, but I'm gonna find out. So I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted, so I do apologize. I'm gonna try and do a better job of that. I just didn't want to post and have you guys see me doing literally wire brushing on the floor of the car for the entire video. Actually, you're not seeing me doing any work right now, which brings me to my next topic. I need like some kind of computer, an old iMac or something, because I know they do like iMovie and stuff like that on there. But I'll figure out this editing stuff. I'm working on it. I've been looking at it a lot. So, but until then, you know, use your blinker. You know, use your blinker. We're not savages. Use your blinker. Be nice to people. It's a weird time right now. Share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I want to know if you're liking what I'm doing. If you have any advice for me whatsoever. You know, some of the products I'm going to end up using. I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment. Like, share, and subscribe. Do me a favor. I'm on a quest to get to 1,000 subs. So I'd love to get to 1,000 subs. That would be pretty fun, I think. 1,000 subs. Be pretty fun. All right, guys. SSR Garage signing off. Thanks. Bye.